PSA, New Amino Changes. Hello again, everyone. As mentioned in our previous post, this PSA will contain our official changes for Voice Acting Amino in the next few months. It's again a little lengthy, but we do hope you read and listen to this post in its entirety so you know what's going to be happening next. We have a lot of fun events and activities lined up for the summer that are listed down below, so make sure to check those out.
Voice Acting Amino's 2nd anniversary recap. Thank you so much to everyone who participated in our 2nd year anniversary. We really enjoyed learning more about you and all your journeys to become voice actors. We would like to especially thank everyone who joined us for our first ever live Leaders and Curators Q&A session. While we were unfortunately unable to record the call, it actually lasted 2 hours. We hope to record these sessions in the future so that users can watch and listen at any time. More information on this will be released at a later date.
Moderation Hangout Chat. As of our 2nd anniversary, we have an official Moderation Hangout chat for all users to speak with our team at any time. While this chat is quite informal, we would like to ask that users not spam this chat with messages, as it is a way for us to communicate with you all, and spam prevents us from responding to users that want to speak with us. You can join the chat here.
8,500 users and Explore page. We are so excited and pleased to announce that we have officially passed 8,500 users on Voice Acting Amino. Hold on a moment. What's that I hear?
It's over 9,000!
That's right. As of right now, we're almost at 10,000 users on Voice Acting Amino. Thank you all so much for your support. If you missed the small update I made a few days ago, we are also on the top of the Explore page. With all of the new users that have been joining, we hope to have tons of more fun events planned for all of you, which you can read below. As there are so many new users, we've been running into a couple of issues over users not reading our rules or guidelines. This is very serious because we have rules in place for a reason. Just because you are new doesn't mean you are excused, since our guidelines are easily accessible for everyone. You can find these guidelines on the link down below and also on the sidebar menu. Please be sure to read the other posts linked down below for a few reminders about what not to post. We would also like to send out a special thanks to Priza CJ, Ruka Samuels, and Segi VA for all endorsing us on their YouTube channels. We are extremely thankful and are so excited to have you all here. YouTube titles. On the topic of YouTube, we have decided to hand out titles to any users that have 250 plus subscribers on YouTube. As YouTube often goes hand in hand with voice acting work, we have decided to grant titles to any users who have a successful channel on YouTube to show our support for your efforts. Users that have hit at least 250 subscribers will receive a YouTube verified title and will be added to an ongoing list on a favorite for verified VAs. Users that have over 1,000 subscribers will be able to have their own custom title on Amino. The title can be your choice, but please keep these appropriate. To receive this title, please send a YouTube message to the VAA official YouTube channel so we can verify your account. We will be looking at your channel for content and subscribers. The criteria for your channel to qualify is as follows. 1. Have the required amount of subscribers. 2. Have at least 5 videos either on your channel or in a playlist for voice work. 3. Supply a decent amount of videos related to voice acting work. Some examples would be fan dubs, covers, or demo reels. Please bear in mind that impersonating another VA is a serious crime. Phishing is not allowed on this Amino, and if caught will result in an automatic ban. Don't try to fake it and just work on getting your own subscribers.
VA panels. As aforementioned in our previous post, the VA advice team will be able to participate in VA panels hosted by our moderation team. There will be a variety of panels this summer for different topics of the voice acting industry. These panels will include how to make a demo reel, tips for directing projects, making a casting call, and of course, how to get started as a voice actor. There are more topics not listed here, but generally speaking, panels will be Q&A live streams hosted by moderation and in some cases in collaboration with the VA advice team.
While users may add their own helpful input, these panels are primarily a way for our moderation team to assist people on their voice acting journey. All advice is welcome, but any false information will be corrected by our team respectfully. Otherwise, all users are invited to join to learn a little bit more about the voice acting industry, whether it be in audio work, voice acting, or anything in between. Panel suggestions can be directed to an official panel suggestions page that will be up shortly.
As on many Aminos, Voice Acting Amino will be adding a suggestions page for posts that users want to see featured. On this page, users can comment posts they want reviewed by moderation for featuring. The official rules will be posted on that page itself, but users are welcome to suggest their own posts as well as others. Suggestions for the Amino can be directed to the comments here. While we are always willing to talk to users, this would be the best place to make suggestions so that other users can respond as well. The more people requesting, the more likely we'll make the change. We don't always respond to individual messages, but if you would like to discuss your suggestions for the Amino in further depth, please be sure to shoot me or another moderator a PM. We will get back to you shortly after discussing as a team.
As for hashtags, we haven't normally been checking them on this Amino. That being said, we will be checking the following hashtags in the future: Curator Review, Feature This, Leader Review. Please bear in mind that we may miss your post if you misspell your hashtag, so make sure you double check your tags. If you have suggested your post and tagged it with proper hashtags and still don't see it featured, our team may have decided that it wasn't ready to be put up on the feature feed. The general requirements for being featured will be announced on the promotion page itself, but you are always welcome to contact me specifically via PM to discuss what you can add to get your post featured.
Addressing leadership concerns. Our leadership team, both past and present, have consisted of voice actors that all have over 4 years of experience. While leadership is not exclusive to just friends, currently, all of our leaders that have served have all worked together in the past and are generally very close. Because of this, our leadership team has many VAs that have a lot of experience under their belt to help assist newer VAs on how the voice acting industry works.
Our team makes efforts to help users reach a more professional level of voice acting work on this Amino because we ourselves have been doing this for years. Any suggestions placed by our team are meant in your best interest and are not to be taken as ridicule. We have only the best intent at heart and leave constructive criticism to help VAs improve for the better. Recently, many of our suggestions have been perceived by users as a form of harassment. To anyone who has felt this way, we sincerely apologize for making you upset. However, we would like to formally address this to all users on Amino. We are not trying to make any VA feel like they are terrible, nor do we discriminate against users based on experience levels. We again only leave constructive criticism about how to improve in the future.
Unfortunately, this industry is tough, and not being able to learn from mistakes can end your career before you even start. Any suggestions given by both our team and any other veteran VA should be considered, but it is ultimately up to you on how you want to continue in the future. We want to remind users that constructive criticism is something you have to learn to accept as a VA, and you should consider someone else's advice if they present it in a respectful manner because it may help you in the long run. This, of course, is not true for users that openly insult you, and any such behavior should be reported to a moderator.
Experience levels on VA work. While we have made announcements before addressing more veteran users acting in a toxic way to newer users, we would like to make an official announcement about experience levels on Voice Acting Amino as a whole. Recently, we have had many users that have made false claims about VA experience. It is completely fine to admit that you are just starting or have only been doing work for a few months. However, it is not acceptable to lie about your experience level or work that you've done.
Lying about experience can ultimately ruin your chances of finding any VA work professionally in the future. Companies like Funimation can choose to blacklist people that have been caught lying about work, meaning you would be unable to apply for their company. No one on this Amino will treat you any different whether you were just starting or have been a voice actor for years. Everyone is welcome here equally, and no one will look down on you if you are only just starting. Please be completely honest about your experience levels and don't risk your whole career trying to impress peers with false information.
Anyone caught lying about voice acting experience or projects, giving false information, or listing false references will receive a strike from our team. While this might be severe, since we are trying to promote a semi-professional environment, we will not be tolerating users that do not respect the integrity of their peers. If you have been lying about work, I suggest coming clean about it sooner rather than later, so you can start fresh and put it behind you.
Additionally, if you have more than 2 full years of experience, please list references or sources to work you have done for verification. By references, we mean legitimate links to projects, since recently people have been lying about projects they've been in as well. Links provide physical proof that you were part of a project, rather than word of mouth or written text. A great example of a voice resume can be found here. For more information on voice resumes, please see our most recent PSA.
We ask this because otherwise it comes off as very suspicious that you have not done any work in 2 years. Naturally, projects get cancelled, but you should at least have a demo reel in that time period. Anyone claiming that much experience will be asked for references to ensure the user is telling the truth. This is not meant to intimidate people, but it is getting increasingly frustrating that we keep getting users lying about their experience and attempting to show off. We should also add that a year of experience means a year of auditioning for projects, networking, and actually working as a voice actor. Practicing by yourself is great, but it does not technically count as a year of experience if you weren't really producing any content or actively working. It's fine to take breaks, everyone needs them. However, don't include your inactive time as an experience when you weren't actually working. You may have improved your voice a little, but it hardly counts as work experience.
Think of this as an actual resume. If you only work in the summer, you wouldn't write out that you worked full-time all year round. It's fine to say you started early and took a break. Again, the Amino is not going to judge you for taking time for yourself.
Work in progress posts, polls, and spam. Recently, we've had a lot of users posting work in progress posts. While this would normally be okay, there are so many of these that they have begun to clutter up the latest feed. Posting a work in progress would be showing a small preview of what you are working on. However, there has been some confusion on what should count as work in progress and on topic. For artwork and animations, showing any part of the artistic process qualifies as work in progress because on a professional scale, people show rough sketches all of the time. However, posting unfinished scripts with only a few words and writing work in progress is not considered work in progress. This is because in the professional world, unfinished scripts or trailers are not shown to the public. The professional standard is that you can say you are working on a script, but actually posting the unfinished version is bad practice. Fully finished scripts are totally fine, but we will now be disabling any posts that are incomplete. You can save drafts in Amino, so wait until you are done before posting. As for polls, it was mentioned in a different post, but recently, users have been creating a lot of polls that are considered spam. Please read the link post below for more information. Regarding spam, all posts should contain a description of some kind on it. Simply posting a photo does not give us enough context on what it is. Any post that has less than one sentence of description will now be counted as spam and disabled by our team. If you ever have a post disabled and would like to know why, please message a moderator respectfully, and we would be happy to explain why. Please read the post link down below for more information on how to message a moderator. Personal information, links, and dating. As outlined in our guidelines, please keep all personal information off public places. This includes your exact location, phone number, and the like. The only contact information we allow to be shared publicly is email. Advertising other forms of social media besides YouTube is not allowed. Please share those privately instead. That being said, under no circumstances should you ask other users for personal information, including their name or other contact info right from the start. This is fine between friends, but between strangers can be extremely dangerous. Please be mindful that not all users are willing to give out personal information, and you should not push someone if they don't agree. We would also like to reiterate that this is an Amino about voice acting. This is not an Amino for dating or hooking up. We are a community to help aspiring voice actors achieve their goals, and while it's good to make friends, the primary force of this Amino remains in helping fellow VAs. On a final note, if you receive any strange links or messages from users, do not click on these as these might be dangerous. Please report any suspicious activity to a moderator so we can handle the situation.
Public chats. Starting today, all public chats that are inactive for longer than 1 month will be disabled. This is to keep our public chat section clean and to make room for users to create chats that are used more frequently. After 1 month of no activity, the chat will be sent a moderation message for 1 week to raise activity. If activity still is stagnant, after that 1 week grace, the chat will be disabled.
We would also like to reiterate the rules of public chats for all users on Amino. Please do not make public chats for casting voice actors or finding work. You should instead do this via casting calls or auditioning for projects respectively. Please limit roleplay and ask the character chats if possible, though it should be noted that users may only have one roleplay or ask the character public chat.
New beginner's guide and welcome page. Many of you may have been directed by one of our team members to read our beginner's guide to VA. or you have seen it advertised on the top of the feed. We will be going through and adding more posts and revising this guide to encompass more aspects of the voice acting industry like directing and editing.
A new guide will be published soon within the next month, with more in-depth posts on voice acting, so please stay tuned for that. We may start recording these posts like we have been doing for PSAs, but that is for much later in the future.
We will also be creating a starters page for this amino that will give a basic rundown of how this amino works, and will help direct users where to go when they first start out. This will be included in welcome messages from our welcoming team once the team is up and running. There will be various other official posts coming out in the future that may be helpful to you once they are released. More information on these will be announced at a later date.
Official teams. As stated in our last few PSAs, we intend to have 2 official teams added to this amino, Welcome Team and VA Advice Team. Applications for these 2 teams with more information on duties and job description will be out later this month. If you are interested in either of these teams, please make sure to keep checking back for when applications open. That's all for our new updates for now. We have many more things in store, but there's only so much we can improve in a short period of time. Thank you all so much for reading and for your continued support as we improve the community for the better. See you all in the next PSA!